ladies. It is Monday, and I'm hoping there's enough light. I think there's enough light. I think we're good. Scoot the book over for a second. Good morning. Hi, Vicki and Doreen and Hope and Z and Terry and Jewel and Johanna and B and Carmelita and Pam and Valerie and Ann. Oh boy. And Terry and Lita and Linda and Lisa and Cheryl and Lori and Cindy and Ruth Ann and hi Joy and Ann. Hi ladies. Oh Riley, here's your other picture. I'm gonna put it here so I don't take it home. Look how cute we are. We took our pictures at the photo booth. They had a photo booth in the hotel. The glare on my glasses, I love these pictures. Hotel Kabuki, that's where we're staying and leaving. Hotel Kabuki, staying and leaving. I hope that the video is okay here because they have internet, but it just keeps going in and out. So apologies. Hi Susie and Susan and Denise and Lisa and Linda. Hello, hello, hello. Let's put that aside for a second. I want to share all my purchases with you because I spent $5 million this weekend. On what? Art stuff. Ready? It was really fun. I'll try to remember where I got everything. This cute little tiny 3 11/32 by 5 1/8 clipboard is from, that was $8 at A Case for Making. I have their card right here. I wanted to start with that, but I forgot. Case for Making. You can buy their stuff online. They do have a website, so if you're looking for anything that I show at first, go there. They're open, oh my gosh, they're open 7 days a week in San Francisco. That's where they're at. Oh, it's in Outer Sunset is the name of the district. Anyway, Case for Making, not A Case for Making. So if you're looking for that, go there. We did not go to Alcatraz. We did not leave Japantown, except on our way here. Linda says, have you ever been to Alcatraz? We went on my husband's 50th birthday and shut him up in jail. Atta girl. Linda, so you came from England to the West Coast. That's what I told Sheena Watson to do next year, so she doesn't have all the bad weather that she had. Just come here. Anyway, I have a wall of clipboards in my office, and this is going up on my wall of clipboards. I got some ink. I am having a dickens of a time finding the right waterproof fountain pen ink, but they had a little bit there. Not exactly what I need. I didn't get this there. Hold on. I got this at A Case for Making. Do you remember spirographs? Because I have been wanting one to play with in my journals for a while, and we might use it today. I'm not sure. I practiced last night, but it's harder than you remember being a kid. It's pretty fun. I just want different color pens because they give you a blue and a red, and then I had a black pen. But I mean, it was $11. How do you pass that up? I've seen big sets of spirograph for like $30, and I'm not going to pay that. But $11, yeah, bring it on. Very cool. So I got a spirograph. Then, oh, at A Case for Making, I also got somewhere new colors of watercolors because that's what they're famous for, is making their own watercolors. Come on. That's what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to rip the bag, but oh well. I thought I got 4. I only got 3. I got this one that is bronze. Hopefully you can see it. Bronze. Maybe we'll use that today. This one, which is like, it's called a green earth yellow, but it's like an ivory or a beige. And then I got this one, which is like a teal. It's called Turquoise Lake. Very cool. Got those. Then after we left there, then we went to Maidu, which is the Japanese pen store. And, you know, I can't leave without a few pens. So I bought replacements for my Kuretake brushables. I'm going to go right home and throw the old ones away because they are just barely working on both sides. This is the dark gray and a light gray, and it's a brush pen. You've seen me use it a million times, probably. Oh, Vicky says her son gave her his spirograph. Lucky. I got this. I thought this was a brown pen. I didn't test it there because I kept pushing, and then I kept turning and twisting, and then I realized you pushed this in. It's not brown. It's actually black. But it might be really, really dark brown. I don't know. Oh, I got this at a case for making. Look at this. They make their own brushes like this. It says case for making San Francisco. And then you open it up, and it is a travel paintbrush. I don't even want to take that off yet because it's so perfect. It's a number 8 round in a beautiful brushed gold case. That's all I will be traveling with from here on out. Then I bought myself, to replace my Georgia O'Keeffe brush, they make their own watercolor brushes at a case for making. I keep saying a case for making. It's actually case for making. It's a number 8 watercolor round. Then I decided I really want to try the Signo pens again. I don't know that I gave them enough love years ago because my Posca pens ran out of ink. So I thought Katie Daisy uses these, and Jane Davenport, and a couple, Elisa Burke. And I thought, I'm just not giving them enough love. So I bought a gold and 2 whites. Then, I don't know what this is, but I really like it. It's called a Edding, E-D-D-I-N-G, and I just like the way it writes. I don't know if it's pigment ink or watercolor, water-based ink or whatever, but I do love them. And then I bought a new fountain pen, which I think I've had before. It's a platinum preppy pen because I got the ink that matches the preppy pen, so I thought, well, I'll try that. But then I also bought this waterproof platinum ink. Oh, maybe this is for this pen. Platinum. This is for this pen. So it's waterproof ink. So we'll see. Then we went to Daiso, and I only bought one thing. Well, I bought 2 of one thing. I bought these giant A4 envelopes. Linda, you probably know about these, but I don't know that in the U.S., we don't talk about A2 and A4 as much, but these are supposed to be legal. They're much bigger than legal. But I thought, wouldn't this make a cute envelope book? I really like it. I really like them. They're going to make a cute book. And you guys, I think that's all I have to tell you about. My daughter had a card ready for me here in the hotel, and I thought I might use this today, but I don't really want to cut it up. And I opened it up. Riley, did you write this?
I didn't write it personally.
That's what I meant. Because I couldn't.
What to write.
I know, but I couldn't tell if it was your handwriting. And I opened it up and I said, oh, Riley, look, you're on this card. Not. So do you want to see the skyline before we get started? I'll try not to get Riley in here. Look at that one. That's Riley's. I bought Brent a, oh, there's my underwear. I bought Brent a bonsai. So cute. Let's go outside for just a sec. I think it's open. Oh. This is Good Morning San Francisco. Look how pretty. I put my sweatshirt on because it's cold and it makes me so happy. Isn't this a cool view? There's a koi pond down there. Don't get sick. And don't drop my phone. But isn't it nice? It's a beautiful day here. Every day's been so pretty. And last night, Riley made me stay up late. We went and got dinner at 8 o'clock. Walked around town. Japantown.
I didn't make you stay up late. We had tea.
Look at our cool bathroom. There's a cool little, I want to take this curtain home. And wait, I just have to show you the cute art in the bathroom. Don't look at me. No looking in the mirror. And no looking at the toilet. But this bathroom is all white. Just white. And then that is the only art on these white walls. I'm gonna go in a circle. It's just white in this bathroom. White, 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 white. And then this really cool octopus art. I love it. Okay, no looking in the mirror. No looking at Riley, she's sleeping. Not really sleeping. Let's get back to this prompt that I'm not really very happy with today. Okay. Joan says, oh my, I just spotted a quilted navy bag on your camera that I also have. Yes, it was to support breast cancer. It was my mommy's bag, this one. Hold on. Yes, because my mom, oh, I just about smashed my paper. I also bought that. I think it was a Vera Bradley bag, right? Or maybe not. Maybe it just looks like Vera Bradley. No, it doesn't say, but yeah, my mom had a double mastectomy, so. And then I forgot to share this handmade paper because I signed up for the vintage page designs class where we get to make our own Coptic journal. It's the same class that my friend Sheena and Carrie Hoyle took a month ago, and Carrie Hoyle has been making one book a day after she took this $10 class. And I think it's tomorrow, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong about many things lately in the way of dates and times. There's 2 sheets of paper in there, but I can't unroll it to show you the other one right now. Well, maybe I could. Let's see. The other one is amazing. It's like, it's got gold and orange and rust in it. It's just gorgeous. Beautiful handmade papers here in Japantown. Okay. X, did you guys get to see X? Did you also realize that I swapped sharing the pictures for X? I shared X on the W day, but I shared W on the X day, so they were both there. So W is just a flap with nothing underneath it. So I probably should erase that. Not that it matters. X didn't come out exactly how it was in my brain, but I used an X-Acto knife to flute all these little edges. And then I made a card in here out of a file folder. It says X is for X-Acto knife, but for me, it will always be X-ray, and that will be for my dad. Right? Very cool. So the little pocket card. I'm actually grateful that we're almost done. So we have Y, which is today, Z, and then I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Lindsay prompts. I don't have the page here, so we'll get to that when I get home. So here's all I brought. Oh, Dieta, it's a $10 Coptic binding book class with Ali Manning from Vintage Page Designs. Is that right? The Handmade Book Club, or Vintage Page Designs, I think she goes by. And it's $10. Brenda says, I signed up also. I have to get some longer paper. I have some in my Barnes & Noble cart. Oh, you know what I was going to use, Brenda? Just so you know. I was going to use a large sheet of butcher paper or wrapping paper and then paint all over it and use that, which I still might. You never know. It's called Coptic Binding from Ali Manning from Vintage Page Designs. Okay, so I could use this side, which I kind of like, or this side, which I love, but then you don't get very many of the hearts. But you get enough. I'm going with the yellow. And what was I just going to say? Oh, did I forget to bring glue? Hold on, I did not. It's a good day. Sometimes when I travel, I know I've told you guys this before, I don't bring very much with me, but I try to use what is around me. So I'm going to show you in a minute what we're going to use. because staying in a good hotel that puts their keys in key card holders is the best fodder you could ask for. I love this yellow paper. I used it on the back side of the other side of this book as well, I think. Cindy says it's Vintage Page Designs October Book Challenge. Okay. This is going to go here. I'm just going to glue it in because even though there's something very big on the back side, I could be not happy with myself. So before we were on our way here, right as I was leaving, my daughter had sent me like earlier in the week or something that she wanted to go to high tea at like the St. Francis or some fancy hotel. And we looked at it and I'm like, okay, because I told her I was going to pay for everything for this trip, so not to ask me about money. We're just going to go have fun. And so I looked at the high tea and it was what was it, Riley? $150?
Something like that, 120 or 150.
I think it was 150. I think it was $150 per person. And I said, no, we're not doing that. So as we were leaving, you know how you check your Facebook pages and your Instagram and stuff? I checked my Facebook page and this store popped up called Crown and Crumpet, and everything just fell in line. I'm like, oh, that's a tea shop that I think is in San Francisco. And I looked it up. It turned out it was right across the street from the hotel where we are. Well, down a little bit, but basically across the street. The girl that owns the store took a class from me, and Carmen, I think, was there in San Jose. And the girl took this class and we exchanged business cards, and she said, we really need to do something together someday. Well, I never called her. I don't think she owns it anymore, I'm going to guess. I guess she sold it, but she was a young girl. And so we went for tea for $40 instead of $150. Anyway. So here's our hotel key, which I will not be returning because it is great for spreading paint. But this is going to be perfect in here once I wrap it. So I need a piece of paper. I bring a journal with me all the time that just has like doodles of stuff, you know, that I just, when I'm playing around. Or in the ER with my husband, we're playing dot to dot. So let's pull out a piece of paper. See the cover? It's got a bunch of junk on it. Just a bunch of junk. So we're just going to wrap this, hopefully. I think we'll wrap it, leaving just a tiny bit of the black showing because I don't have a punch for the black. I just put a crease in it, and I'm not happy with the fact that I did that. Oh, Carmen remembers her. Yeah, she was a really vivacious, nice girl. But I don't know, it just doesn't look like her. They have two spots, one in San Francisco and one in Ross, California, wherever that is. And then she just, whoever owns it, opened a new store called Fancy Goods, which sounds amazing, in the Ross location, not in San Francisco. But it's funny that this English tea place was in Japantown. Made me laugh. Okay, well now I need a scissors. So my daughter gets free rooms with the Hyatt, so we got our first night free and our second night discounted. And then we got our breakfast one morning at 50% off of a very high rate. We did not eat enough to spend this kind of money on breakfast, but we did it because we didn't really know. You know, those things that happen sometimes. These key card holder things because they make you Oh, Riley, the telephone is flashing white at me. Why is it flashing?
It's ringing?
Hello? No? That's the weirdest thing. All of a sudden it started flashing white flashes. Who would call us? The desk? Deanna says, headed to watch you on the big TV. Oh, Riley, turn the big TV on. You could watch me. I don't even need my computer. This TV is giant right in front of me. No, it's all right. So let's put a little border on it here. I don't have very much to color with, only watercolors. So let's do some deep orange on this piece of paper to get this kind of colored. I do want this table pad. I don't know if you can see it. It's a desk blotter. Do you remember desk blotters? You can't even buy desk blotters anymore, but they have one at this hotel. I love them. We used to sell blotter paper at the stationery store that I worked at Plaza Stationery. And I used to just buy the blotter paper and pretend that my desk had a blotter on it. I may have to go blow dry this for a sec, you guys. So hold tight, I'm coming right back. I gotta go use the blow dryer. That's what it looks like, nothing much. Hold on. Okay. I'm back. Sorry. Phew. Ross is near Los Alamitos, California. I don't know where Los Alamitos is. So that's good. We're just gonna scallop this. Because I really wanted yarn, because today is Y, and Y is for YouTube, and I really didn't want to do YouTube. I wanted to do yarn, but I forgot my yarn. So then I decided we'll do U or Y for YouTube or you. Meaning you guys, not meaning me. I think that's plenty. White here. I got white here. A little piece of scrap bugging me. So we're gonna just put that border right there, but I'm not gonna glue it down all the way. Los Alamitos must be in Northern California. It must be near San Francisco, because it said it was a Bay Area location. It looks like wings. Just gonna glue that on the back side. Key part. I don't have any card. Oh, I do have cardstock. Yay. We're gonna glue this down. I popped it, in case you missed that, so that I can get into it easily. If you know anybody who's going on a trip, tell them to save you these little key card holders, because they are fabulous. that I always bring with me that I forget there's cardstock in. Oh, there's art in here. Santa baby, hurry down the chimney tonight. When did I make that? Oh, this was from Lydia Balthazar's mandala class. That was super fun. This is her art, not mine. And this one says, many nights she dreamed she was a sparkly Christmas tree. I guess I was working on some Christmas art. You know, it will all work out. I don't know. This was me drawing a deer that kind of wasn't coming out right. So I guess I put it away. I don't want black or white. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, there's brown. I want brown. So we're gonna take this card and my pens, which are buried under all of my purchases. And we're gonna trace and cut. But I think, no, I wanna make it bigger, taller. So we're gonna trace, cut, and tear. You know what's really dumb? Why didn't I just use this edge? Oh, because I'm not the sharpest tool in that shed. Okay, we're gonna just go straight along this line. And I have a sharp edge on the other side that I don't need to cut. And it has a teeny tiny rounded corner. And another teeny tiny rounded corner on this side. Looks kind of like a cell phone. Oops, let's make sure that works in there. Okay, but that is too tall, so I gotta tear it just a bit. For whoever said, you guys click the thumbs up button, please. Riley, go click the thumbs up button so I get extra thumbs ups. There's 92 people watching right now and only 53 thumbs up buttons.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. I always think that's so funny. I was gonna use this. Isn't this cute? It's a possibility it might go there. I don't think so though, but the colors are really good. Maybe I should have used this. Oh, hold tight. Because this is a nice thick card that won't bend. Does it fit in there? Why doesn't it fit? It needs shaving on one side. This is a fabulous idea. I'm gluing that to that now. Serve freely card on the back side of the front side of my slide-in card. And all I have to do is round the corners and trim it just a tad. Without a corner rounder. Whoever thought? Okay, that's so cute. Oh, look at that, is so cute, right? So cute. Together totally. So we're gonna decorate this side. So I don't want to go above this area because I will put some yarn when I get home, yarn little flibber things hanging up there. So let's decorate this. I think I want a leaf there. Now I wish I had drawn this before I glued it to this because there's a big bump. Like a leaf. Move some of this junk. It's the whole camera bounced. I'm sorry. All right. A feather is kind of like a leaf where you're just going to come upwards like this and upwards like this and form it like a leaf. But then when you create it, you're going to put more lines in it. Sorry that I did that with the camera. And I'm using a brown Derwent graphic liner, which doesn't tell you that it's a graphic liner anymore. Attach all your lines to your feathers. You kind of want to leave some open, and it's very wispy. Putting the what do you call the line, the skeleton part of the leaf in, but don't attach all of them together. Pen, and now it's much darker brown than it was down here, but that's okay. Today we have to go by the auction house that had all my parents' auction stuff. We have to find a good place for breakfast that we can either walk to or drive to easily. First of all, Linda should know, I should tell Linda, if you ever come to San Francisco from the UK, just know that the expenses are way more than probably what you're used to. So when we got here, we were going to park at the hotel. They have valet parking because it's a little sketchy parking. Well, there's nowhere to park on the street, but it is still kind of sketchy to park here. So valet parking here was $50, I want to say, a day. No ins or outs, yeah. So we've just stayed in Japantown. So we did not park for $50 a day. So downstairs at the mall of Japantown, you can park there for $29 a day. So that's what we ended up doing. But just no ins or outs. Yeah, we've had to just stay because that's as much as we could afford. We're tightwads. Well, one of us is. That'd be me.
Are you kidding me?
Well, I'm not a tightwad because I said I'd buy you whatever you wanted on this trip, but
That's neat.
we ended up spending some really good money at a recycled, or what do you call it? It's called Crossroads. It's like a Goodwill, but I bought a Johnny Was shirt for $40, and Riley bought a Patagonia jacket for $40. Yeah, because we had just walked into these fancy stores that had dresses for like $400 and up. So we thought we weren't going to be able to do any good shopping. And then we found a Goodwill, and we were going to buy something there, but then we didn't find anything. But it was a really nice Goodwill because they always say, go to the thrift stores in the rich areas, and they had good stuff. I just was happy with what I had just bought. their pen is actually brown or not. This is my new pen. It'll probably bleed if I watercolor over it, but I want to try it anyway. Oh, it is brown. No, it's kind of a black brown. Oh, well, I like it. It doesn't matter. I can't tell if it's black or brown. Anyway, who cares? How long of a drive did it take from your place? It took about 2 hours. It's not far, so you could come to my house and then we could come to San Francisco. One of my favorite trips that I remember was Riley had a foreign exchange student come stay with us, and it was like all planned out. We met with the foreign exchange group that put on the foreign exchange student thing, and this girl's name was Lara from France, and she was a ballerina, and Riley's age, cute girl, kind of looked like Riley, you know, really fun. And we met her, did we Skype Riley? I can't remember how we met her. We met her kind of ahead of time, and then she came, right, and we got to the bus to pick her up. And instead of just her, there were 2 kids whose host families here in America did not ever show to pick them up. Like, they just didn't show up. So we said, well, we'll take them home with us. They can come spend the night. So we had 2 boys, Norman and Michael. Was that his name, really?
No, Norman and Vincent.
Vincent, thank you. I couldn't remember.
Michael.
I couldn't remember his name. What's funny? Norman and Vincent, and they came and they spent the first night with us, and then we got on the phone the next day with the lady, and she's like, yeah, their host families don't want them. They changed their mind. And I'm like, well, geez, what would I want to happen if my kids were in a foreign country and the parents didn't want them? So we kept them. And we kept Vincent for...
Vincent went with the Merritt.
Yeah, we kept Vincent for about a week. And then Norman stayed with us the whole time. So we had 2 foreign exchange students. One was this Norman was a very vivacious young French kid who, he wasn't that young. He was a senior. And my daughter was a freshman. And so I wasn't used to that. But luckily I had 2 other kids in the house. So it worked out fine to have him there. But my favorite story from that trip was they said, oh, well, we thought that we would be staying somewhere near Hollywood. And I said, you guys want to go to Hollywood? And they said, yeah. See how cute that feather is? Oh, wait, I need a little bit more color. And they said, yeah. So we loaded up our van. We had one of those caravan things that had a bunch of seats in it. I don't know what you would call it, but it was awesome. We loaded up the van with all the kids, and we drove to Hollywood. Like for an overnight, and did we stay at my mom's house, Riley?
That I don't know.
We might have stayed at my mother-in-law's house. We didn't stay at a hotel. I know that. I couldn't afford that with them. But we got there, and then they're like, how far is Disneyland? And I said, no, we can't do that. We're as far as we're going. But we did. The one boy, Norman, who was in a senior in high school, he wanted to go to the Playboy Mansion. He wanted to see the Playboy Mansion. And I am the queen of lying to kids about houses. Like when we used to live there, I would tell the kids, we would go to Beverly Hills and I'd say, oh, this is where Will Smith lives. Or this is where the Spice Girls live. And I would just lie to them and tell them that house was that house. Well, this time we didn't do that. We went and we bought a map of Hollywood stars to the Hollywood homes to the Hollywood stars. And we found the Playboy Mansion. But we went to the back of the Playboy Mansion. So funny. And Norman went up and rang the bell, and he talked to the guy and asked him to let him in. And he said, well, if you come back on Saturday, we're having a big wild party here. You could get in. And Norman's like, Lindsay, could we stay? I said, get in the car. Little French boy. But he told everybody he had talked to Hugh Hefner. It was so cute. And then we drove home. So anyway, Linda, back to Linda or Sheena. If you want to come to this country, just come to my area. And then I'm a really good tour guide. I love to travel. So we'll just... What?
And liar.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Did you say and liar?
Yeah, it's the Spice Girls house.
She just called me a liar. My daughter, my oldest daughter, was like 5th grade, and she loved the Spice Girls. And there was no map to the Stars home at that point that I could find anywhere to buy. So we just drove around until we found this pink house. And it was pink. It was a mansion, and it had 5 garages. And I'm not even kidding you. How perfect was that? And I said, this is where the Spice Girls live. There's where Baby Spice lives and parks her car, and Scary Spice. And my daughter believed it until she was old. And then she said I was a liar. And I thought, if I'm a liar, how about all the other parents that tell their kids about Santa and the Easter Bunny? It's all a lie. It's a fun lie. Okay. Wait, what's Carmen talking about a pearl green? Hold on. I've glued this down. It's going to be hard to do lettering on here. It's supposed to be real fancy. And it is now not real fancy. This ink didn't run when I hit it with that green right down there at the bottom, so it looks like that new pen that I got is a good one. A waterproof one. I can't read Japanese, so I just buy them. I did ask the clerk to help me with the fountain pen ink. Any waterproof ink in black. Come on. Shouldn't you buy more black than any other color? In case you guys are new and don't know what I'm doing. Okay. We had so much fun. We shopped and ate. We ate at Benihana, where they cook your food right in front of you. It was so yummy. And then last night we ate at a place, I can't remember the name of it, but I got chicken strips at 8 o'clock at night, but it wasn't chicken strips. It was called crispy chicken, and it was yummy, and rice.
Fresh chicken.
Yeah, fresh chicken strip. Yeah, it wasn't like frozen chicken strips that you get when you're a little kid. It was good. And we sat outside, and it wasn't chilly, and the moon was out. It was just lovely. Oh, Lynn says Noodlers has good waterproof ink. I need cartridges. All my fountain pens so far are cartridge pens. Color this in or not, so I'm just going to leave it. Look at that line. You can get an ink converter to put in a cartridge pen. Why don't I just talk to people before I just go blindly out and buy stuff? I didn't know that, Carmen. Thank you. The outside is done, so let's put that aside for a minute. This is the part I really wanted to do. I think sitting sideways, my head is like crooked so I can see underneath the camera because I have the camera so low. YouTube for me without you guys, so I wanted to do you. Y-O-U. YouTube and you. Without you, and I appreciate that a lot. It's a cool green. I just want black. I just want black, honest to goodness. Oh, here. Have a feather in her hair, like what we drew on the outside, so it kind of goes together. And a face. That's pencil. Now we'll pen it in. I tell you guys thank you enough, so I wanted to do this little thing for you, for all of you. Thank you so much for being here and showing up every day. I was thinking how much my husband likes it when we travel and I do this, and now my daughter probably likes it, because normally I'm the girl that says, get up, let's go, let's go, let's go. But today she gets to lay in bed for an extra hour, so I don't have to be that girl. So thanks to you guys for when I travel, everybody gets to lay in bed for an extra hour. The Food Network last night, Pumpkin Wars and Halloween Wars. I decided I just don't like those shows. They seem very forced and silly. I used to like them. And it's Hallmark season, you guys, because you know why? Because all at once summer collapsed into Hallmark. That's my new quote that went into my other journal. Sudden, the Hallmark, on the first day of fall, the Hallmark movie thing came out for movies for Christmas. So I got to make my Hallmark chart this week so everybody knows what movies are coming when. My first Hallmark movie, whatever their fall one was, this weekend. So it'll be ready for me when I get home. Survived without me. My husband got home and the dog was just fine. That was exciting. Shoot a deer, so that's another good thing. So the marriage will go on for another year, which is nice to know. I don't have to divorce him yet. He had colored pencils here, but I don't, so we're going with watercolor. Let's erase that line and erase this girl. It's been fun, really quick little trips that we had. I travel really good together. I gotta say, I don't know that my oldest daughter and I would travel good together anymore. And my son and I traveled a couple years ago together to a Joni Mitchell concert, but it's totally different traveling with a boy son and a girl daughter, you know what I mean? Like, we shared a hotel room, my son and I. It was a hotel room that he found. Well, it was not the best, I will put it that way. But, you know, you're changing clothes and stuff and you have to go hide in the bathroom. Because it's your son, you don't change clothes in front of him. But with a girl, it's just easy. Well, together too. I don't think we'll ever travel again by ourselves, he and I, because Now he has his son and wife, and then he was single, I think. Conversations. I don't even know what you're talking about. Linda says, gotta go to the hairdresser, just pulled up. Bye, Linda. And Tina says, oh, she's making a bucket of double doodles today. If you guys don't know what that is, the recipe for it, I think, is in the files section. Just search for double doodle cookies. Riley, that's what you should make when we go to the thing, so we could give them the recipe.
Okay.
That's a good idea, Lindsay. Yeah, that we came up with a couple years ago during the Lindsay's 61 and holding birthday party. And we did it, or I did it. It was a combination of two recipes, kind of. It was the Double Trees chocolate chip cookie and my water ski cookie recipe. And it's really yummy. And the best part is it has a teaspoon of lemon in it. And I think that's the best part of the whole cookie. So many times, and I haven't had one yet. I hear they are so good. You make them and you don't try one? Tina.
I have one when they're warm.
You gotta have one when they're warm with milk.
It's coming from the baker.
That's, can you hear Riley? She said that's coming from the baker.
That's why it's called a baker's dozen. Or chef snacks.
What?
That's what I call it, chef snacks.
That's why they call it a baker's dozen, so the chef gets one?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
I don't know, I just made that up.
She made it up. I like that.
You gotta try everything that you make.
Yeah, and that's coming from somebody who can't do dairy. She still tries everything she makes. Her tea yesterday was so good. There was so much dairy in it. She was popping her non-dairy pills.
Not the tea, all the...
Not the tea, yeah.
The little things that came with it.
Yeah.
Who puts milk in their tea?
The lady next to us put milk in her tea. And careful, Linda's from England. She puts milk in her tea, I think. But she's at the hairdresser now. Cutie. This. I want to use my new white pen, so hopefully it dries in time. Otherwise, I got to go back to the blow dryer. It was cold in here this morning, and now I'm hot, and I put my sweatshirt on. Ugh. Tina says the British and a lot of people put milk in their tea. Yeah, the lady next to us yesterday was Japanese, but she put milk in her tea. So maybe she was Japanese from Britain, or she just likes milk in her tea. Milk and tea. That is correct.
Yeah. Milk and
Gross.
hot chocolate. Tell them about our hot chocolate.
Oh, yeah. We had the funnest time at the hot chocolate place, or a chocolate place. It's called Dandelion Chocolate, and it looks like it's been there forever. And one of Riley's chefs from when she went to the CIA, the Culinary Institute of America, thank you. One of her chefs who was there teaching a class, so we went to visit because he messaged her and said, come on by. And we got to go back to where the classroom was where he was teaching, which was cool. But then we got to walk through parts that you only get when you take the tour, which we did not take the tour because we were just there to see him. And then he gave us a coupon for free hot chocolate, which was probably the best hot chocolate I've ever had in my life. And then they had samplers out so you could taste the different chocolates before you bought the $11 bar of chocolate, which I did not buy because cheap. chocolates, and I got all the way down to the end, which I think was actually the beginning of the line of different chocolates. And I go, Riley, don't eat that one. It's the worst chocolate you'll ever have. And she goes, that's because it's 100% cacao or whatever that is. It was gross. Gross, gross, gross. The bean itself. There's our little girl card. I'm going to go blow dry this really quick so we can add some white detail with our new Signo pens. Hang on. Coming right back. Tell him he knows what time it is. Not to call me at this time. Okay, so remember the gray. This that I use as a highlight on lots of lettering. Let's get this back. And this is the lighter of the grays. I don't know if you can see it. But it's a very light shadow gray. And then I could use the darker one here. Riley, is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Okay, just Dad.
We were there yesterday and I didn't see, like, I was looking at the day stuff and I didn't see the
Okay.
You were talking about iPhone?
They didn't have any. I looked. Tell them.
Mom looked.
I know what to look for my honey.
Well, she did give you some.
All right, so then this one is going to get this white Signo.
They didn't have them, I guess.
The phone is beeping again.
In their
Hello?
plant area, they just
There's nothing happening on the phone. Okay, so this is a white Signo that we normally don't use. Normally we use a Posca, but we're going to use this one.
Nice little Italy.
When they're new. When they're kind of old and yucky, they don't work so good. But right now it's just a happy, joyful gel pen. And normally when you buy them, if they don't work, there's a little plastic ball on the end of the tip you have to pull off. I don't know, somebody must have pulled this one off. I should have looked at them better and bought the ones that have the ball on the end of the tip. Because see, now it's not working.
Well, that's nice.
That's upsetting.
Well, that's weird that someone's flying it down over there.
Must have got wet watercolor stuck in the
They're
tip.
just trying to cheat and find the deer's password.
It's cute, right? See how nice the white is? I need one more dot right there. Looks good. In here.
I'm sure it's happening. If there's even a fly zone, I feel like a lot of places are no fly zones.
Really good, you guys.
Dan, I'm sorry. Me and Mom have had that opposite. Everywhere we've gone, we've lucked out.
The gel pen though, not to smear it because it takes a few minutes to dry. slides in. I'm going to give it just a minute to dry, and we're going to add some white dots on the feather so that we continue some white on the outside as well as the inside. And I think I'm going to color in the lettering here real quick before we're done. And then we're done. Carmen says, I love Signo pens when they work. Yeah, me too. And they don't work all the time, so that's why I use a Posca. I love my Posca. Color on the lettering. You guys, did I already tell you that it's looking like Nebraska is going to be a go next year for a retreat? Which is super exciting because when was it going to be? I think she said April sometime. So as soon as I get the date, I'll tell you to mark your calendars. But the exciting part is that once I'm done in Nebraska, I'm going to rent a car and I'm going to drive to Pawhuska and to Waco. I'm taking extra time. So if you're a nice human and you want to go with me, just let me know. We can drive to the Pioneer Women's Place, which will be super cool. I'll have to definitely start saving my pennies to do some shopping. Where Chip and Joanna Gaines are from. And the whole town is like Chip and Joanna Gaines now. It has nothing to do with, not Jim Jones, what was his name? David Koresh. We're all done with David Koresh in Waco. It's now a really cute town. They revitalized it and just got rid of that creeper's name, which is awesome. I think we're done here. Let's just put my watercolors away and look at it, not at an angle. Bring the camera up. Oh, you can leave it like that. So here is the pocket part. Oh, I may have to glue that down. I do have to glue it down. Hang on. It's just going to keep flipping up. Come on, glue. Did a wedding this weekend. She's a semi-wedding planner for her friends now. And they ran out of food. The caterer didn't have enough food for the last 2 people. Was that right, Riley? 2 tables. What did they do? I don't remember. Okay, so now all you're going to see when you look at this card is U is for YouTube. I'm going to punch a hole in here when I get home and tie some yarn. And then we pull it out and it says, and you. And then on the back it says, conserve freely, which I really like. I don't even know why. So there you go. Kathy says, now that you're on YouTube, can you find these same YouTubes in the guides? Yes, they're still in the guides. It'll say video if it's a video, and it'll say your shared work or your shared pages when we just share photos of our finished pages, which is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take pictures of this and share the pictures. The YouTube video is always here under the live videos here on YouTube, so it's always saved on YouTube as well. Whoops. So you can find it both places. When you go to the guides section of the Creative Hand Lettering page, you'll click on the video and it'll take you to YouTube. You don't watch the video on Facebook. Does that make sense? Okay, so tomorrow we're on Z, and I can't remember what Z is for. Does anybody have their prompts here? And let me make a quick peruse of the comments and see if I missed anybody's important thing. Go back that far, but anyway, so that's it. Today was for YouTube and for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like the page, which it looks like we have 80 likes and 91 people watching. So if you want to do a thumbs up button, that would be great. and then click on the notifications bell, which is normally up in the upper right corner. There's a bell. If you click on that, then when I go live, which I do sometimes at 3 in the morning, you'll always know about the live videos. And then subscribe to the page, because then you can see all the old videos, which are old, trust me. But they're kind of fun to peruse through. So there you go. All right, you guys, have a really good day, and I'll see you tomorrow when, oh, thank you, Tina. Tina says tomorrow is Z for Zig Rider, which is a good thing I'll be home because I can get out all my Zig Riders. I'm lying. I'm going to add some dots to this. So then we'll be done after that. But if you ask my kids, I'm a liar because I told them about the Spice Girls house and the Easter Bunny and Santa and the Tooth Fairy, probably. All right, you guys. Love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.